Hey everyone, it's been a while since the last progress analysis, which was back in December, but I'm back to post some more of my progress. From December to now, I wouldn't say I was totally consistent. Sometimes I would play 4 days a week, sometimes I'd only play once every 2 weeks. Hopefully though, I'll be able to play more and post more videos. So how did I do since the last progress video? It's been 4 months since December, so let's do a quick recap and go through each point. The first thing I noticed was my form to the back right corner. It was honestly the thing I spent the most time on, and also the hardest habit to break. I posted a whole learning from Lin Dan video on it, and now after studying his videos and also experimenting on my own form over the course of 4 weeks, what I can say is that I know 80 to 90% of how he does it, and I can sometimes do it when I'm just standing there, but I still revert back to my old form when I play games in the heat of the moment. It's actually pretty hard to change the way I hit since I've been hitting this way for so many years. The second thing I noticed was moving from the center to the front right corner. Watching my most recent videos from April, I haven't noticed that going from the center to the front right corner is really a problem for me anymore. And actually, looking back at my analysis in December, for the clips I showed when I said my footwork there was late, it was actually because I hit a bad shot previously, putting me off balance and not giving me enough time to reach the front right corner. So it wasn't actually because my footwork itself was bad. So I guess I got better at analyzing. The third thing I noticed was that I had trouble catching shots that were fast or flat. This included pushes at the net, punch clears, and slice drops. Since I didn't really work on this one, I'd say that I still have this problem. And finally, 4 months ago, I wanted to improve my overhead form. Although I didn't explicitly work on it, I think my overhead form improved while I was working on my forehand form. The reason being is that with the overhead form, I naturally had to open up my chest and my arms, while with the form in the back right corner, my upper body tends to scrunch up. By adjusting how things felt on my forehand side, it made it feel even more natural to open up on the backhand side. So that was point by point, but what changed overall? Honestly, overall, I think that since I spent so much time to study Lin Dan's form and also experiment with my own form, I think the biggest change was just really understanding the correct form and also the things I would need to do to get that form. Basically, I learned that I need to pull my elbow back more, turn my upper body to be perpendicular to the sidelines, and to supinate my forearm when pulling back, basically turning it counterclockwise. Even though I know these things, obviously it's another thing to commit it to habit. Since December, I also found myself smashing a lot more than before. I think this was because my shoulder was injured since high school, but I started doing pull-ups every day, which really helped out my shoulder. Before, if I used my shoulder too much or smashed too much, I'd actually feel some pain in my shoulder, but not as much now. Also, I noticed my movement got a bit quicker and smoother. I felt like I was controlling and pushing the pace more than before too. I've been trying to hit flatter and faster and hit less slow drops and floating shots. It was also the first time I won a set against my friend Shaden, who's really good. Of course, he still beat me the set after and also the 3 sets before, but hey, it's still a milestone, right? So what would I like to change from today onwards? I think my form in the back right corner still looks a bit off with my racket coming in, so that's something I definitely want to keep working on. But I do see glimpses of when I'm doing it right. Another thing I'd like to improve is when I'm moving from my front right corner to my back left corner, which in other words is my forehand front to my overhead corner. I feel like I'm taking way too many steps. I feel like my initial step back with my right foot can go a lot further. Third, I feel like I have a lot of trouble receiving awkward shots to my backhand. They're sort of half dries and half clears, and my response is usually to hit a floating net shot back, which is super punishable. I think this also falls under the broader category of me having trouble against fast and flat shots. This would include attack clears, pushes at the net, and half smashes. Also, my high serve return really needs a lot of work. It's super inconsistent, and I don't get back to the center fast enough to be in a good position to get to the next shot. Finally, since I've been smashing more, I noticed that I keep smashing to the middle. This makes it really easy for the opponent to just raise their racket and pop it cross court, and at that point, I'm just scrambling. I also noticed that when I did happen to smash to the sidelines, it was a lot more effective. Surprise, surprise! And that's my progress analysis up until the month of April. With work and vacations and just straight up laziness, I wish I played and improved more than I actually did. But at the same time, the changes were subtle but still significant. As long as I approach things in a step-by-step manner and be analytical and thoughtful of what to improve, I think this will be a fun journey. If you enjoyed these types of videos, please let me know in the comments, and also tell me what types of videos you'd like to see in the future. If you really want to support this channel, feel free to like, subscribe, and tap on the bell icon to get notified when I post my next video. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you soon.